Hey guys, Kenny here from Poor Man Sportscards, and on today's video I'm reintroducing a video that was on my other channel and I'm bringing it over to this new channel. It was my top 5 Marvel cards. This was made about 3 years ago in the peak of the card market when these cards were going for big prices. So this is still a very relevant video because these top cards are still the top ones. So basically the main difference with this is that these prices are going to be different. Like I have Stan Lee PSA 10. I actually got 2 of those. I sold one off. I think the one I sold off I sold for $1,000. I think now you can maybe only sell that for maybe like $200 and some dollars. So the prices won't be reflected properly on this video because it is 3 years old, but it's still relevant for one of the top cards, and I talk about the series. So do the whole like and subscribe. Follow me here where I'll have new sports cards content. Also, there's a link down below. If you haven't signed up for Whatnot, you can get $15 off your first purchase if you sign up to the link below. Anyways, enjoy the video. Hey guys, Kenny here. This is the Hobby Cop. On today's video, as the title tells, I want to look at the top 5 underrated Marvel cards for 2021, cards that you should be buying and looking at grading and holding on to, and I'll tell you the reason why. Let's get into it. So first I want to start by saying, obviously, if you have these 1990, that's the key, that's the first set, Marvel cards, you should be grading the top ones, like the holograms, the Spider-Mans, the Venom, different ones like that. Those are the obvious ones to grade. As of right now on eBay, some of those are selling for thousands of dollars. These are kind of the underrated cards that you can pick up on eBay for very cheap right now, but might see a rise in their price due to events in 2021. So we'll get into number 5. So we have Captain Britain. First of all, I'd say it's just a beautiful card. It'll come up on the screen behind you there. Luckily, I have this full set. This Captain Britain looks like it's in PSA 10 condition. And of course, one of the reasons why I like this card is when you look at the population of the card, there is one PSA 10 currently graded, and there's one PSA 9 currently graded, and that's all the graded cards. So obviously supply and demand. And also in the end game, the Avengers movie, Captain Britain was teased. There was a kind of like a scene. I forget who was mentioned, but anyway, they mentioned the Braddock family. And Captain Britain is, I think it's Brian Braddock or Braddock. Brian Braddock is his real name, and the family was mentioned in the end game. So this is leading to rumors that there's going to be a Captain Britain movie coming out in the future, as Marvel is starting to release a lot more. So this is my number 5 pickup for dirt cheap. There's only 2 graded in the world right now. Get yours graded and hold on to that. Okay, for number 4. So for number 4, my card is the Punisher. Now, I think there's 2 different Punisher. This is Punisher number 44. I can see Punisher Battle Van, it's called. The other Punisher is more of just like kind of like a modeling shot, face shot. I really like this card personally. This is going to stay in my personal collection, so I'll be trying to pick up some more of these Punishers off of eBay to get graded and to sell. The reason I like this card, first of all, I just think it's a beautiful card. Second of all, there was quite an uproar when the Punisher Netflix show was canceled, and a lot of people really enjoyed that. Now, it is confirmed that he will appear in future movies. So I'm saying, just based on the card, the low population, there's only 10 PSA 10s in the world, and it has been confirmed by Marvel, well, Disney, that the Punisher will appear in future films. Obviously, when those films come out, it will drive up his price. So my number 4 is the Punisher to pick up and grade and sell. My number 3 Marvel card to pick up on the cheap is Moonlight. Definitely not a superhero that I was super familiar with. So Moon Knight is a Disney show that will be coming out in 2021. There are a few PSA 10s in the world. I think there's 21 PSA 10s graded right now, but with the Disney show that comes out, should drive up the popularity. Moon Knight, if you don't know anything about him, his real name is Mark Spector. He's 6'2", 225 pounds, pretty solid guy. He's won 187 times with 54 losses and 22 ties, which gives him a 71% win percentage. His arch enemies are Arsenal and Bushman. He first appeared in Werewolf by Night, number 32, in August of 1995. Moon Knight, mainly because of the Disney show coming out in 2021, is my third underrated pickup. Okay, so my number 2 card is Doctor Strange. He's obviously a superhero. He's appeared in other movies in the past. But what drives him to be my number 2 card is his card population. So right now his pop for PSA 10 is only 2 cards, and he only has 14 graded in total. So a great population there, supply and demand. There's been a lot of talk around the Doctor Strange 2 movie. Lines up good with him being my number 2 card, but it was pushed back, it was delayed, there were some issues. Anyway, so what it looks like now is Doctor Strange 2 will be coming out in November 5th of 2021, so that gives you time to pick up this card, get it graded, have it back and ready to sell by the time Doctor Strange comes out. And also, it's a pretty colorful card. I don't know if I like his face as much in this, but definitely I like the colors. I think it's attractive to people, and they will go with it. Doctor Strange's first appearance was in July 1963. He appeared in Strange Tales number 110. So that is my number 2 pickup to buy, grade, sell. My number 1 pickup will be a card that, looking at it right here, looks like pretty sharp for me, probably a PSA 10, is Mr. Loki himself. I was always intrigued with the Loki character. As a supervillain, I find there's always a bit of a struggle. I think that's depicted in this video as well, or so this card as well. So his arch enemies obviously is Thor in the Avengers. He first appeared in 1962 in Journey into Mystery. So what's driving Loki for me is my top card. First of all, what I think will be a big card. It only has a population of 14 for PSA 10, so a little higher than some of the other ones, but 14 is nothing when it comes to supply and demand. And also, in this year, there'll be a new Loki TV series, or I guess, or Netflix series. Actually, no, sorry. It's a Disney series, because it's all owned by Disney now. Disney series that will come out in May of 2021. There's a trailer that you can watch. Throw a little bit up here. But you can go to YouTube and watch that. It looks pretty cool. And I've always enjoyed Loki. I think the card's really good, and I think there'll be demand throughout the year for these different Marvel characters and cards. And right now, mind you, there is a lot of these Marvel cards being bought and sold on eBay, and eventually will find themselves into PSA, and those numbers, populations will go up. So the key is to get yours there first, grade it, sold. Like I said at the start of this video, some of these are selling for thousands of dollars. There's different ones that are listed for like $10,000. Now I've seen gotten that much so far. The highest I think I saw go was maybe, I think a Spider-Man win for $2,500. So not bad for something that you rate now. Different cards you can pick up. Definitely before they kind of popped off for pennies. Now still for a few dollars. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed my top 5 cards to pick up on the cheap right now. So number 1 was Loki. Number 2 was Doctor Strange. Number 3 was the old Moon Knight. And number 4 was Punisher, a card I really liked. And number 5, which is kind of like the long shot, is Captain Britain. All these fueled by new releases, new movies, new TV shows coming out in very low populations with PSA. So of course you're hoping to get a PSA 10 to have it graded and sold for the most. I find with my pack that I have, there's 162 of them. A good portion of them are like off-centered by quite a bit. It'd be interesting to see how they come back. If you look at my Moon Knight here, I don't know if you'd be able to tell in this camera, but he's quite off-centered over to this side over here. So that obviously will be an issue when it's coming to grading. But just take a look at them on eBay, look at the scans, get people to give you close-ups on them, see if you can get them centered. And now also obviously good corners. These cards, remember, are 30 years old, coming from 1990. So if you can buy one that's in there's sets out there that they're like a sealed tin that protected the cards really good, or you can get boxes of packs on eBay right now that are going for a crazy price, like $3,000 for a box of packs. That's my top 5. I hope you enjoyed. Like and subscribe. I have other card related videos, football, baseball, now into some Marvel stuff obviously. I open cards with my little guy Tate, and we'd just like to thank you for popping by our channel. We're having a lot of fun opening up cards and making videos for you guys. We'll see you again.